Welcome to the demonstration of Salesforce.com for Government Contractors. This is meant to be a very quick demonstration of how somebody would use Salesforce.com in a government contractor scenario. The challenge with selling to government contracting world is that government contracting is all about relationships. Salesforce helps you remember all the important activities that go along with selling to the government. The challenge here is that these types of relationships can span several months and even years because RFPs take that much time to procure. If you're a typical government contractor, spreadsheets are usually the first place to start. This is a nice and easy way to capture opportunity information. The problem with spreadsheets is that you can only capture opportunity information and not information about important activities about the relationships. The other challenge is that with business development managers, there's a lot of turnover, and with turnover is the information about those relationships that leaves the door. Really, that information belongs to the company and not with the business development manager. So let's go to the demo. What you see here is a typical dashboard, personal dashboard for the person logging in this case George Stevenson. Across the top you see the usual tab navigation that you would see in any web application. Down the left side is a Google-like search where you can get access to all of your information, and also a recent items section that you can click to. It's a shortcut for any information that you've been working on recently. The main part of the screen is the bottom right side of the screen. And here you see a dashboard with some very important information. The first part is the top opportunities that you have, the name and the amount. We're going to talk about these a little bit later, but you can click right into the report right from this dashboard. There's a company performance year to date, and there's also a pipeline report on the right column. When we scroll down, we have two other main sections, the calendar and my tasks. This is what helps the business development manager organize their day in priority. This calendar and this set of tasks are fully synchronizable with major Office products such as Outlook. So you see today I have a couple of meetings that I have to attend to. I also follow up. I have an item here for John Smith. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Let's go back to the top. Remember how I said I can click into any dashboard and it goes right into the report? Well, let's do that now. I want to take a look at this one opportunity from the Air Force called NetSense 2. As you can see, there are three opportunities in this report. It has basic information, and when I click on the opportunity name, it goes straight into the opportunity detail. Here's some of the information on this particular opportunity. You'll notice at the top here I have these quick shortcuts. I could see who's on my sales team. In this case I have a business development manager and a capture manager listed. I could see what's bid for my GSA schedule, the number of hours and the rates. I can also see any open activities that are occurring with this opportunity and what has happened in the past as well. There's a section for attaching notes, in this case a PowerPoint. It could be an RFP, it could be a proposal. I also have a list of all the customers that we've been touching for this opportunity. The other parts here we have partners. We're teaming with IBM, some budgeting information on the RFI, and also a list of our competitors, both their strengths and weaknesses. In the other section we have opportunity detail. We have the opportunity owner, the name of the opportunity, what account we're talking about, and how we first heard about this, in this case a user conference. The next step is the red team review, and in the right column we have important information such as the amount of the opportunity, the type of the opportunity, and some information about the odds of winning this opportunity. Now as we scroll down, there's some other information that's interesting. We have a section here for budgeting, and this is fully customizable for bid and proposal money with the various gates. This gives us an idea of how much money we've spent going after this opportunity and how much money left we have to spend, if we're over or under budget, and whether or not we should probably go after it. There's also a section here that's very simplistic in this situation but can be customized to your liking for scoring of an opportunity. This can help with any kind of bid, no bid process, and you can have weighted scales and then whatever formula you have for weighting the bid rating. Down below there's a section for information coming from federal databases such as Fed Sources or Input. All the major databases are supported. So if you have a subscription to Fed Sources, for instance, you can log in, you can do a search on keyword, identify the opportunities that you are interested in, and select them. At that point in time, those will come into Salesforce as an opportunity, and you no longer have to do any more data entry, because whenever it's updated in Fed Sources, it will also be updated in Salesforce automatically. All that information in one place at your fingertips. So you remember when we went to the personal dashboard, and there was an item here that says follow up with John Smith. Well, that's interesting, but I want to find out if there's anything going on at the Air Force before I give him a ring. So when I click on the account information, I see here I have 4 cases open. It says here that I need to increase the scope. Kotar says to add 1,500 more hours for additional tasking. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that opportunity. I'm going to click on my recent items, and I'm going to go change the information on the opportunity. It said to add 1,500 hours, so I go in here, I'm going to add 1,500 more hours. And I'm going to save this. What you'll see is the amount changed from $1.2 to $1.3 million. Now I'm ready to go contact John Smith. And if you see on your dashboard, when I refresh it, this amount here goes from 1.2 million up to 1.3. And there you have it, 1.3. So this information is dynamic. The other thing I wanted to show you real quickly is something called content. Have you ever had a problem trying to locate the right proposal template that you've been using and have been very successful? Well, here's a way of managing all that, including all your resumes that you might have. In Salesforce, you have a built-in content management system called Content. So if you wanted to search for, say, anything having to do with Salesforce.com, I could do a search. It's a full-text search, and I get every document here that has that word in it. But if I only want to see the proposals that have it, I can click on and filter by proposal. If I want to see only the resumes, I can click on resumes, and it immediately shows me these resumes. So you can see how very quickly I can find information that that I need, and I can just share this. I can have versions for this, and I can even share this with people outside of the organization by giving them a link. In one situation, we had a client who had to send large emails to their business development capture manager, and it was very expensive because they'd have to print it out and FedEx it to them because their email system couldn't handle the large file. So in review, Salesforce.com captures all the information about important relationships in regards to government contracting. It also captures information in regards to key performance information for the company. In this way, you'll have the capability of increasing revenues by going after more opportunities, cross-selling, and organizing your business development managers. You can also perhaps increase your revenue and win ratios at the same time. Thanks for joining us for the Government Contractors demo from Bond Consulting.